Hey, you guys, it's your girl, Gabby, the realtor. So, today I'm talking to you about personal safety for real estate agents. So, I'm talking to my agents today. All right. It is really crucial that we are aware of the dangers in real estate for agents, new agents, older agents, seasoned agents. It doesn't matter. It really is important to just be aware of your safety at all times. We're living in a day and age where people have really, really awful intentions. And as I was studying a few things in my New York State salesperson guide that I got from my New York State Real Estate Institute school, I came across the chapter on safety. Okay, and I just feel that it's really important to share this, especially at this time, so that you all know like what you really should be looking out for and what things you can do to possibly avoid a bad situation. Either way, I pray that nobody gets into these really awful situations or meets these evil people. But we are susceptible to this and we need to be very, very, very aware. So, real estate is really a people profession. You are meeting people all the time, a lot of people that you don't know, and you're just getting to know people along the way. And the perks are really, really amazing because you get to help people to find their dream homes or the apartments that are just right for them. And you get to network in that way, and you get to make friends and people who will be part of your lives forever. But you also are in touch with many people who do not have the greatest intentions. And because we do not run background checks or anything like that prior to taking someone out for a showing, it really puts us in harm's way. So to be honest, when you think about what real estate agents do, they often meet clients or potential clients in vacant apartments, vacant homes, where it's just them and this person alone. And nobody has to necessarily know that they're there. So it's not a very protected space. Okay, that's one. We're also going to be showing them multiple places. So we often take strangers in our cars and drive them around to different areas. Another way of putting ourselves in harm's way. We don't know these people, and again, we talk to them on the phone, but at the end of the day, we meet up with them in different places. Hopefully you're doing this in your offices first to at least get a little bit of leverage there. So please, people, if you're going to rent, buy, whatever, and your agent asks you to come to the office, it's really just for the best for both of you. Okay, it's for safety reasons for both of you. It's not that safe to meet up on the corner of the street, okay, where there's not a lot of people around, nobody knows you, nobody's really paying attention to what's going on. So for safety reasons, it's important to keep these things in mind. Okay, because really the perception is that real estate agents are rolling in dough, okay, and that we are successful and making tons and tons of money. I mean, while the earning potential is unlimited, that does not mean everybody is rolling in dough. Okay, just keep that in mind. We are entrepreneurs, but it takes time to get to that space. And even if we do, I don't think it makes us a target, really, because people are just have the misconception. So we need to be very aware and very alert. And that's why I felt the need to really record this video. I've had my own strange situations, even in the short amount of time that I have, even when I first started. Like it's just like you get reminders that there are pretty crazy people out there. So you have to be safe. You have to protect yourselves. You have to be aware. And I just wanted to share some tips on how you can do that. Okay, so let's get into it. So one of the first things that I learned is that you really should take as much ID information as you can before taking them out anywhere. So before you take a client anywhere, you should gather their name, numbers, addresses, email, if you can get a photocopy of their driver's license, and just send that to somebody in your office, or make a photocopy of it if you're already in the office. Make a photocopy of it and just leave it with the administration or something until you take that person out for a while, just so that the potential clients or potential criminals are aware that other people have their information, so they don't think it's just you and them. That way you feel a little bit more protected, that even if something did happen, you do have this information. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So some things that you can keep in mind is to try not to show apartments or houses alone after dark. I know it's sometimes really difficult to make sure that that happens because I don't think our jobs even stop. It's like 24/7 phone calls and reaching out to people and showing and prospecting and previewing and all of that stuff. So I understand that it can be difficult to do, but for your safety, especially women, my ladies, try your best not to do that, not to show after dark. Try at least, right? And then make sure you're informing somebody at the brokerage, a friend, colleague, whatever, even if it's just family, friends, that you're out, where you are, who you're with, and then you can have like some sort of distress signal, or like maybe you make a phone call and your people, whoever they might be, your coworkers, other agents, your brokerage manager, whatever the case might be, they may have this special code or something that you call up and you're just like, oh, I don't know, I think I'm gonna head out soon, or can you just make sure to wrap up the file that's on my desk, or something, some sort of distress signal that you guys know is a code for something is not right and I'm not comfortable anymore and I need help. So some sort of code you need to let somebody know so that you can call or send a text or something, just in case you feel very uncomfortable or threatened by whatever situation you're in. Distress codes are important. And then in terms of open houses, I mean, that is another ground for breeding any kind of people, because really, if you have a very public open house and you are doing all this marketing for it, a lot of people come to that open house. It could be hundreds of people at an open house, and not all of them are there because they're potential buyers or agents. Sometimes they're neighbors and they're just nosy and they want to see what's going on in the house. Sometimes they are looking to see how someone else decorated their house. Sometimes they're interested in buying. Sometimes they are just criminals. Okay, so and they just want to kind of sneak around. So really try not to do your open houses alone. It would be best to have an agent. And if you can't have another agent with you, you can take a friend, a spouse or something. They cannot represent you as an agent. They can't do any type of real estate transactions on your behalf, but they can roam around as if they're a potential buyer as well, just to make sure that they're there, they have your back. They could even be in the car, but they just for your safety, this is important to just keep these things in mind. Okay, so here are some tips on opening and closing, like at an open house or if you're going to show someone. Okay, so you need to be familiar with the layout. If it's a house, know your entry, your exits. Some agents, as the book was teaching me, hang bells on the doors so they know when someone's coming in or leaving. And also you need to, as an agent, just period, to track your visitors, like with some sort of registry, be able to sign them in, take their names and information and all of that, so that you know who actually came to your open house. It's important to have that. Also try to lock all your valuables and stuff in the car or something. You don't need it on you all at all times, but if you make sure you have your cell phone, make sure it has battery power, and make sure when you're in the home, as you walk around and when the open house hasn't started yet, just make sure that you have signal everywhere. That's important to know what areas you do or don't have signal, so you're not, in case of an emergency, you're not trapped anywhere. Also, make sure that you keep multiple exits unlocked, not just one. Even though most of your clients and stuff will be coming through a particular entrance, make sure there are other ways of getting out in case of an emergency. And then also keep the blinds and curtains open in every room all throughout that house. And when you're leaving, check the rooms, make sure that, don't assume that everyone already left. Make sure that you go back and check that every room is actually empty. But remain alert at all times. And when you are leaving and you get to your car, make sure you're alert at all times. If you see anybody lingering around, be on guard. Have your keys prepared in your pockets. Don't start fumbling for them. All of these things should be where you can reach it. Make sure you look around your car. Try to park in places where you're not necessarily boxed in. It'll take a while for you to back up and go and back up and go in order to get out. Just things like this you need to be thinking about. I know it seems scary. It does, but we do have to be alert. We may never, and I pray that we don't ever encounter these things, but we do have to be aware that things are happening, whether or not we like it, and we have to be on guard, not walking around tense like, yeah, the room's over there, go over there, the room's over there. But at the same time, you can't just act like there aren't evil people in this world, okay? So please just be aware of these things. That's why I wanted to create this video, to just help more people be a little bit more on guard. Even if you're not a real estate agent, these things are important, but this is particular to real estate agents because I know the harm that we really put ourselves in on a daily basis. So a couple other things. So I really wanted to be able to keep us aware and alert of these things. And thankfully, crimes against real estate agents is somewhat rare, but it's happening. We've seen it on the news, so we do need to be alert and on guard. Even consider taking self-defense classes or buying pepper spray. Even, it's not available on Amazon, not in New York. They're not allowed to ship it to us, so you're gonna have to actually buy it in person. Pepper spray, mace. Pepper spray is probably better than mace because you don't want to you don't want it to affect you. I think pepper spray is a better option. Some people consider firearms. You would have to be licensed for it, of course. But you really just need to be very, very aware, alert of your surroundings. Look around, okay? See what's going on. Don't be because we definitely are a career where we're in our phones almost constantly, but we cannot do that so much that we're not aware of what's happening around us. I just want everyone to be safe. So I really hope that these tips that I shared from this book, this is the book that I got when I was getting my license. I really hope that it's able to help you to just think of different ways of protecting yourself as a real estate agent, because it's so key to our survival. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I know this video is way longer than my typical videos, but I just felt that this was incredibly important for us as real estate agents and just clients also to understand why we take certain precautions prior to showing, because we do have to look out for ourselves as well as you have to look out for yourself. Okay, so Be safe out there, you guys. I love you for watching. Thank you so, so much for your support. Continue to subscribe and share, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.